All right, this time we're going to be creating the wings. So what we want to do, we're going to go in here, we're going to hit unfreeze by hit. We're going to unfreeze our two higher quality faceplane references, and then we're going to hide those. That way, we've got a little bit better clear view of the background. And then we'll hide it. All right, that way we have a better idea and we can see the wing a little bit better. Now, if we need to, we can also add a new plane. Go to our materials, and we will create a new standard material that has a bitmap of the wing itself. Drop that onto the diffuse. And then, since that plane is the selected object, we can use assign to selection. So we can assign it to the selection and then tell it to show on the viewport. That way we can see it right there. Now, it is generating mapping coordinates, but again, we want to make sure we're actually doing everything with the correct proportions. So we put our UVW map on there, go to bitmap fit, pick the same image. Now, as I look at this, move it over here. We'll go to object properties, we'll make it a bit transparent. That way, I can move it over and I can check its size. So I'd say that's pretty darn close. We'll scale it down just a hair. And that looks pretty good. Now, let's move that off to the side. Go back to object properties. Its visibility back up to 1. So it's not transparent. We're going to right click object properties again. We're going to turn on freeze and uncheck show frozen in gray. Now, that object is there and frozen, and we can trace right on top of it. So we'll make this view full screen. And if there's ever a time where we're zoomed in drawing with splines, there are a lot of times where it's actually quite helpful to be able to zoom in and see what you're doing a little bit better. Now, that might become a problem when we get down near the bottom of this image and we can no longer see what we need to be able to do to draw. Well, there's a handy dandy keyboard shortcut that allows us to figure that out. So now I'm just going to deal with adding a curve point and then a corner point. So a click and drag is a curve, and then a single click is a corner. Just going to go and quickly rough this in. Then when I get to the bottom of the screen here where I can't see anymore, hit I. I will recenter my viewport on wherever the cursor happens to be. So again, as we get down toward the bottom of the image, hit I to recenter the viewport on the cursor. One more time, I to recenter. That way I don't have to stop drawing, just keep going. All right, now that I have the entire perimeter set, go to the modify panel, go into the vertex sub-object mode, and start making adjustments. And it doesn't need to be perfect. We'll add a new one, a new vertex in the middle here with refine. Then we'll make it smooth. Little curve on there. Just a little more fine tuning. And we're almost there. Pretty good. And all of this is going to be pretty well hidden behind the back most of the time. So we're not going to worry too much about that. All right, so we can get out of the sub object. We're simply going to extrude the object a small amount, and then we'll apply that same material to this object. So from here, I'm going to put on a UVW map. I'm going to use acquire, and by hitting acquire and selecting this background image, oh, it's frozen, we need to unfreeze it. And then I can acquire relative. So if I acquire relative, I'm going to end up shifting over. So if we acquire absolute, it's going to take the exact position from that background object and apply the UVW map to this foreground, to the wing itself. Now if I go here and apply the same material to my wing object, I'm going to have a very nice, perfect little butterfly wing. All right, so from there, we'll be able to attach it to the back of the character.